What we working on today? We got a track from Melo. Shout out Melo, always working and so creative. Does so many different things, different art mediums between like painting and lyricism and just like overall just involved in so many different art elements. I think that's pretty dope. Keeps them diverse. I feel like that's a really important thing when it comes to being an artist, is like having other things that you can get into, allow you to express yourself in other areas, so that way you don't always feel like you're going to the same thing, or just so that way you don't get burnt out of music. I'm gonna let the instrumental play for a little bit, and then we're gonna transition and put belt to bottom on this one. I want to start rather raw with everything, so I'm just taking off all the plugins for right now. Really feel like I can go in on verse and make like just clean that up altogether. Make that, or I'd be able to do that like a lot faster.
All these copper heads coming from my copper head, flowing down the copper beam.
Why do I have 3 EQs?
Call a plumber.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do I have all these EQs right here? Let's go you here, you here, you here. I like this.
Sink. Obligated, overthinking, spitted floodgates when I'm blinking. Sink. Obligated, overthinking, spitted floodgates when I'm blinking. Is it well wishing? Tossing pennies from my thoughts, hoping that they sinking. They keep testing me on paper. I keep tossing them Crayolas. I'm a pass with flying colors. It's a prison. Light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could.
See, like with that, I'm not gonna as much worry about like peaks on the fives and like up here. I might come back to it, but I'm saving that more so when I get into this EQ right here. And then I'll probably double back with like something like a F6, and that's when I'll like get into like the precision EQing and shit like that. Hey, what's good, Melo? What's good, Melo? What's good? I had to double take. It took me a second. Everything clicked where I was for a second. It took me a second to like lock in. Yeah, what's good, Melo? How you living?
Me different, had to morph me into liquid before I could be this solid. They can't gas me like my solace. Como el sol, I'm the hottest, so I'm getting like the hardest. I guess low gates when I'm blinking. Is it well?
Needs a de-esser. I want to, but I don't want to use the normal de-essers I've been using. I want to use sibilants. Shout out sibilants. Like, how would you describe it in terms of like comfort zone for you as an artist? Like, how is it, and how like would it not be?
Sinking. All these copper heads coming from my copper head flowing.
I see what you mean. So yeah, no, like singing is comfortable to you. Tapping into, like you said, that feminine side of it was a little bit of a different vibe, and kind of like putting that out there was different for you. That's introspective. See, I kind of like thought it would be the opposite. I was assuming it was more like the singing was like kind of more out of the pocket, but like kind of like the subject matter was still like in the box. So like that's very interesting. I'm glad you like told me that. So it definitely like adds a layer of like consideration to the record for sure.
As with flying colors, it's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be the solid. They keep gas me like my solace. Getting like the hardest.
Whoa. Why can't I mid-side stereo? Hold on. What is this? Am I getting robbed? Oh, it's in mono.
Sink. Obligated, overthinking, spitted floodgates when I'm blinking. Is it?
Haha, it's in mono. No, I'm very multitaskable, and that's one thing I'll credit to stream, is that I've been very much able to learn how to like multitask, like be able to like talk and like interact and everything. Also, because like I do in-person sessions and stuff like that, like very regularly. Being able to like talk back and forth like while I'm kind of like in the middle of my process isn't like hard at all to do. It allows me to like think more so about what I'm doing. Like, yeah, like why am I doing this? You know, like why am I here? Why am I using this EQ? And like, yes, some of these settings are from the last record we did as well. But like, even though like they are from the last record, I went in and like disabled everything before going into it. And that's what I'll do like every so often. Like even, okay, so for the last record, I scrapped everything, and I just wanted to like kind of like start fresh on mellow mixes and kind of be like, all right, let me take a whole new approach while like learning from what we've worked on over like the last like X amount of months time frame. One, and I thought that one came out really well. So I used that as kind of like the motivation to go into this one, and now I'm building upon that with kind of like some of the same tools and everything.
Call a plumber, I don't plumb it. Now I'm swimming in my kitchen, deep diving, manifesting by the water, hoping drop it listens. Angels fishing in my stream of consciousness. They won't ever really.
Oh, I thought Jordan came out. When I tell you that, like, the way that you send stems is literally flawless, like, the way that your recordings and everything come through are literally flawless, like, I mean that, bottom of my heart. It's some of the easiest stems I ever get the chance to work on, so that's why it's like, keep doing what you're doing. You're killing it.
I'm blinking, is it well wishing? Tossing pennies for my thoughts, hoping that they sink in.
Ooh, never mind. I know what I'm gonna do. So we don't need the 1.5 gain on that, because when we cut on this one, we're gonna add a little bit more texture with the mic line in. Shout out again, my boy Kyle, for putting me onto that. That was a learning experience for me over the weekend. So we're going to do that there, so I don't need that. And that's why I'm also not going to use AVOX, because that's going to be a little bit too much saturation. Once I do that, we're going to balance out a little bit more, add reverb, put in oxide for blending, then we'll get into the doubles. I like it. Sounds like a plan.
Contemplating while I'm doing dishes at the sink.
I forgot the first thing I said I was finna do. I think we said we're gonna start here.
Contemplating while I'm doing dishes at the sink. Obligated, overthinking, split floodgates when I'm blinking. Is it well?
Love this EQ. It has two different settings, like black and brown. For this one, I'm going brown just because it sounds smoother to me. Oh gosh, I'm in grid mode. We do not want to be in grid mode.
Contemplating while I'm doing dishes at the sink. Obligated, overthinking, split floodgates when I'm blinking. Is it well wishing?
I'm kind of lagging. That's why I got the coffee. But for something that's more like rap bass, I would probably go with the black, just because it had more of that distorted little bit of analog warmth texture. Versus like this one is I feel like it's kind of helping keep it smooth, kind of like creamy, buttery sound. And that's more of the feel I want to go for.
It's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be this solid. They can't gas me like my solids. Como el sol, I'm the hottest. So I'm getting like the hardest.
Every day I walk this earth is another day I wish I spoke fluent Spanish. And it's not too late. It's definitely not too late for me to learn, but it's like, damn, like if I could like pretty much like if I could go back in time and do anything over when I was 18, it would be buy a house for $80,000, $30,000 or whatever houses go for. It would be buy a house and it would be learn Spanish. And it is still a chance I could get struck by lightning. And like I've heard that story before. People get struck by lightning and then they just come out with like this language that they're able to speak. So possibility, freak chance happening there. In love with the way the vocals are sounding so far, I'm not gonna lie. What I just did with that SSL, I wish I could explain, but like that's one of them things I'm leaving to Jesus. I just really couldn't even begin to go in on like how I exactly did that. I think I went completely off track from the whole plan that I said like 10-15 minutes ago of like, oh, I'm gonna do this in this order, in this order, in this order. Like I stuck a little bit to it, but like I had not played the second verse. I still had not played the second verse this whole time. I was just fixated on first verse.
Ever real and better, beta. I could never be a beta. I'm as real as my creator.
That's my glue. Oxide is my glue for like kind of like everything that's going to be coming in here shortly. Stop. We're not running out of power. We have plenty of power. I don't know why you're acting like we don't have plenty of power.
It's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be this solid. And in my kitchen, deep diving, manifesting by the water, hoping every drop it listens. Angels fishing in my stream of consciousness. They won't ever real and better, beta. I could never be a beta. I'm as real as my creator. They keep testing me on paper. I keep tossing them Crayolas. I'ma pass with flying colors. It's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be this solid. They can't gas me like my solids. Como el sol, I'm the hottest. So I'm getting like the hardest.
One more time, because I took the time to put the drip animation on. So let's go ahead and drip. Wait a second, because it takes a second to reload. And we're going to drip back just because I can.
Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with. Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi.
after snapping the grid, now we'll go back and like mess with the Auto-Tune Pro, and then we're gonna see like specific parts that we need to like tweak on it.
Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi. Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings.
I want a different reverb, like a reverb 3.
Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi. Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi.
We're at 20-50-50. Let's see what we can do past 20-50-50.
Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings.
Yeah.
Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi.
At any moment it could happen, but I feel a Charlie horse coming on.
Baby, you know you shouldn't keep wearing your heart on your sleeve. That's a dangerous fashion piece. Too close in proximity. Next to bones they call funny. Like some comedic relief. Hitting nerves and arteries. But it's worth the temper. Fall for me. Fall for me. Fall for me, darling. I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi. Fall for me, darling.
Like I feel like it needs more in that hook almost. Like it could use some big scratch. Like it could use some strength. I don't know if it would be an extra layer, or maybe I could do something on my end to deliver such sound.
Contemplating while I'm doing
I like that. I want that at the end of every one.
Obligated, overthinking, spitted floodgates when I'm blinking. Is it well wishing? Tossing pennies for my thoughts, hoping that they sinking. All these copper heads coming from my gut. I could never be a beta. I'm as real as my creator. They keep testing me on paper. I keep tossing them Crayolas. I'm a pass with flying colors. It's a prison. Angels fishing in my stream of consciousness. They won't ever reel in better beta.
Delay is literally perfect. Jesus. We go here. We go here. We go here.
Pass with flying colors, it's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. For me, fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi. Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like pennies and Trevi. Fall for me, darling, I'll catch you with wings. Fall for me, darling, like rapid listens. Angels fishing in my stream of consciousness. They won't ever really beta. I could never be a beta. I'm as real as my creator. They keep testing me on paper. I keep tossing them Crayolas. I'm a pass with flying colors. It's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be the solid. Consciousness. They won't ever.
You know what? Actually, that might sound good on this.
I'm as real as my creator. They keep testing me on paper. I keep tossing them Crayolas. I'm a pass with flying colors. It's a prison. Took me light years just to glisten. Now the light shine through me different. Had to morph me into liquid before I could be the
I think from here it's just really minute details, probably like some in-depth like pitch correction and stuff like that on like a part here or there, bring the sound effects in, and kind of just like tailor it from there. Since it is still an unreleased, I don't want to do the final touches on stream necessarily, so that's where I'll probably leave it for the time being. Is like kind of like this, at least on the internet, is where I'll leave it. But yeah, shout out Melo for letting me do another record of hers on stream. Appreciate her for also tapping in while I was streaming. Yeah, y'all have a good Monday. I'll get up with y'all soon.